General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, April 22 reveal that I've been a devoted viewer of General Hospital for more than 4 decades now. And I must say, the canvas of Port Charles feels especially vibrant and charged these days. The stories unfolding in recent weeks have me settling into my afternoon chair with fresh anticipation, a cup of tea in hand, marveling at how the writers continue to weave familiar faces into new and surprising patterns that honor the show's rich history while daring to take fresh turns. What strikes me most is the way multiple threads are converging, creating a tapestry of danger, loyalty, and quiet revelations that keeps the town humming with tension in the most engaging way possible. One storyline that has captured my attention involves young Jocelyn Jacks as she seeks answers tied to the shadowy operations of the WSB. I remember when Jocelyn was just a little girl navigating her complicated family life, and now here she is, stepping into a world of international intrigue that feels both thrilling and perilous for someone her age. The latest developments show her pursuit of truth leading straight into real jeopardy, with Brennan and Cullum at the center of the threat. This new adjustment in the plot proves how the show is willing to evolve its younger characters beyond the usual teen drama into something with higher stakes. Jocelyn's involvement isn't just casual curiosity anymore. It has drawn the attention of powerful figures who see her as a loose end or a potential tool. The danger feels immediate because it stems from her own determination to uncover layers of deception within the WSB itself. I keep wondering how a bright, headstrong young woman like Jocelyn will navigate these waters without getting pulled under, and the episodes are already showing the writers addressing that question with careful pacing. The obsession building around her situation adds a layer of suspense that reminds me of the classic espionage arcs we enjoyed years ago, yet it feels distinctly modern and personal. This isn't the grand, over-the-top international schemes of old. It's grounded in relationships and the very real fear that one misstep could endanger not just Jocelyn, but those she loves. The heat is palpable here, and I find myself counting the days until the next reveal, confident the payoff will be worth the wait. At the same time, my heart goes out to Britt Westbourne as she grapples with worry for someone very dear to her. Britt has always been a complex character, strong-willed, fiercely protective, and carrying the weight of her own past mistakes and the current chapter deepens that beautifully. The moment she learns the truth about who really shot, Cullum hits like a quiet thunderclap. Discovering that Rocco was the one who pulled the trigger that night on the pier changes everything in an instant. This revelation proves one of the craziest adjustments the show has introduced lately, because it flips the narrative we thought we understood. Many of us watched Jason take the fall or shoulder the blame in ways that felt sacrificial, yet now the truth points to young Rocco acting out of fear and loyalty in a split-second decision that saved lives. Britt's concern for her loved one, tied so closely to this secret, creates an emotional core that feels authentic and tender. I've seen Britt face medical crises and personal heartbreaks before, but this protective panic over Rocco shows a new side of her resilience. The writers handle it with such care, letting her process the information without rushing to melodrama, which makes the stakes feel all the more real. How will this knowledge affect her relationships and the larger investigation into Cullum? The story answers that by showing small, telling adjustments in her behavior, proving that one hidden truth can ripple outward and force everyone to recalibrate. It's the kind of layered storytelling that has kept me loyal for so long, danger mixed with genuine human emotion, never tipping into anything harsh or unkind. Then there's the heartfelt moment building between Curtis and Jordan that has me smiling even amid the suspense. The quiet invitation for Curtis to come closer because Jordan has something important to share carries such warmth and familiarity. Their history is long and complicated, filled with love, loss, and second chances, and this latest chapter taps into that beautifully. Jordan's desire for revenge, born from the recent car crash and its lingering shadows, is sparking fresh adjustments across the board. Rather than letting bitterness take over, the show frames her feelings as a natural response to betrayal and danger, one that forces Curtis to confront his own role in their shared past while considering how far he might go to support her. This development feels different from the original Cassadine-style vendettas or mob wars we followed in earlier decades. It's more intimate, rooted in personal justice and the quiet strength of two people who have walked through fire together. I appreciate how the writers let Jordan voice her need for closure without making her seem vengeful in a destructive sense. Instead, it opens doors for deeper conversations and potential healing. Will this revenge path bring them closer or create new distance? The episodes are already leaning into the answer with subtle glances and measured words, building a slow burn tension that feels true to their characters. It's refreshing to see longtime figures like Curtis and Jordan evolve in ways that respect their journey while introducing new emotional layers. What ties these threads together so masterfully is the overarching sense of change sweeping through Port Charles. The adjustments we're witnessing, Jocelyn stepping into WSB dangers, Britt's protective fears over Rocco's secret, and Jordan's measured pursuit of justice, prove the show isn't afraid to shake up expectations. Compared to the grand theatrical plots of the past, these stories feel more grounded in everyday locations and personal motivations, yet they carry the same pulse-racing excitement. Valentine's schemes with Nina and Carly still simmer in the background, adding another layer of alliance and betrayal, but the fresh elements keep the entire canvas alive. I sit here after each episode reflecting on how one young woman's search for answers can endanger her future, how a mother figure's worry can reshape loyalties, and how a quiet confession between exes can spark renewed purpose. The writers balance it all with such skill, never losing the heart that makes General Hospital special. I've raised my family while cheering for these characters through weddings, losses, and comebacks, and moments like these remind me why I never miss an episode. The danger surrounding Jocelyn creates that wonderful edge-of-your-seat feeling without ever feeling gratuitous. Britt's concern for Rocco brings a tender protectiveness that warms the screen. Jordan's conversation with Curtis offers hope, wrapped in determination. Together, they create a rich, interconnected world where every choice matters and every revelation carries weight. The air in Port Charles feels electric right now, filled with possibilities that could resolve old wounds or open exciting new chapters. I love how the show keeps proving its ability to surprise longtime viewers like me while welcoming newer fans into the fold. As I look ahead, I can't help but feel grateful for the careful way these stories are unfolding. The obsession growing from Jocelyn's WSB entanglement, the crazy twist revealing Rocco's role in the shooting, and the personal adjustments sparked by Jordan's desire for answers, all contribute to a season that honors the past while boldly stepping forward. The heat is there in the quietest scenes, the worried glances, the careful confessions, the unspoken fears, and it builds steadily toward moments I know will stay with me. General Hospital has given us decades of unforgettable drama, and this current stretch feels like one of its strongest, most character-driven runs yet. I'll be right here in my chair, heart full and mind engaged, ready for whatever comes next, because the best part is knowing that in Port Charles, love, loyalty, and a touch of danger are always just around the corner, waiting to draw us back in with open arms. The stories keep evolving in the most satisfying ways, and I wouldn't have it any other way. One development that has me reflecting deeply is Lulu's heartfelt expression of concern about the fresh adjustments happening around her. When Ethan Lovett made his surprise return to Port Charles, stepping back onto the familiar pier after so many years away, it brought an immediate wave of nostalgia and emotion. I remember Ethan as the charming, adventurous son of Luke and Holly, full of that Spencer spirit that always added a spark to the town. His reunion with Lulu felt genuine and touching, the kind of sibling moment the show does so beautifully, catching up on lost time, sharing memories of their father, and simply being family again. Yet Lulu, wise and protective as ever, quickly voiced her worries about what this return might truly mean. She senses that Ethan isn't just coming home for a simple visit. There are layers beneath the surface, perhaps secrets or motives that could stir things up in ways we haven't seen before. This marks a lovely difference from the original Ethan storylines we followed years ago. Back then, his appearances often carried a lighter, more rogue energy, full of quick escapes and playful schemes. Now, the writers are giving his return a more grounded, reflective tone, tied to the lingering impact of Luke's absence and the way family heals or sometimes complicates after loss. Lulu's concerns feel completely natural for a woman who has faced her own share of heartaches and come out stronger. She wants her brother close, yet she's cautious about how his presence might ripple through their lives and the lives of others like Christina. I keep asking myself whether her worries will prove justified, or if this is simply the protective instinct of a sister who has learned to guard her heart. The episodes answer that question gently so far, showing small, telling interactions that hint at deeper adjustments ahead without rushing the emotion. It's the kind of storytelling that feels true to the show's soul family first, even when uncertainty lingers just below the surface. The heat here isn't explosive danger, but the quiet intensity of wondering what comes next for these beloved characters, and I find it utterly engaging. At the same time, the lighter, more joyful side of Port Charles is shining brightly through Gio's wonderful surprise for Emma. What a delightful turn this young couple's story has taken. Gio arranged a grand, thoughtful gesture that swept Emma off to New York City for an unforgettable adventure, complete with exploring the city and ending up backstage at the Broadway production of Aladdin. Imagine the magic of that moment, Emma, with her bright spirit and genuine enthusiasm, getting to meet a real star she admires in such a special setting. It felt like pure escapism, in the best way, a grand performance of kindness and romance that brought a genuine smile to my face. The crossover energy, blending Port Charles with the glamour of Broadway, added an extra sparkle that made everything feel fresh and celebratory. This storyline stands out as a charming departure from some of the heavier plots we followed in the past. Earlier generations of young characters often faced more immediate crises or teenage angst, but here the writers are allowing Gio and Emma a moment to simply enjoy their connection and create happy memories. Gio's surprise wasn't flashy for the sake of drama. It was personal and thoughtful, showing his caring nature in a way that feels authentic. Emma's delight at meeting someone she looks up to added such warmth, reminding me how the show has always known how to balance suspense with these uplifting beats that make the town feel like a place worth caring about. If Port Charles is preparing to welcome even bigger stars or exciting new energy through moments like this, then yes, things are truly beginning to bubble over with possibility. The air feels lighter, more hopeful, and I love how these scenes give us breathing room while still connecting to the larger canvas. It proves the writers understand that longtime viewers like me appreciate both the tender family reunions and the fun, aspirational surprises that keep the show feeling vibrant and young at heart. What ties these threads together so nicely is the way General Hospital continues to evolve while staying true to its core. Lulu's thoughtful concerns about Ethan's return introduce a layer of gentle intrigue and emotional depth that differs from the grand, globe-trotting adventures of earlier Spencer family tales. Instead of hidden treasures or distant cons, we're seeing the quiet adjustments of people rebuilding connections in the wake of loss. Meanwhile, Gio and Emma's grand surprise injects joy and a touch of stardust that makes the younger generation feel hopeful and connected to something bigger. Together, they create a beautiful rhythm, moments of reflection, paired with bursts of excitement that keep the episodes flowing smoothly from one scene to the next.